If you're having any issues with the software, need any changes to your templates or layouts, or simply need some training, then you can get in touch with our support team. We're always happy to help. There are a couple of ways to do this. So the first one is to go to this contact support screen, which I'll go into in a second. And the second is you can email us to support@flowmobile.app. Either way, that will go through to our support team. I would suggest using this contact support button because it will also show you any outstanding support requests that you have, and you can see the status of those requests or issues. Before you do raise a support ticket, I would suggest if it's a training issue, you first check out our knowledge base, which you can find here. So if you click through to the knowledge base, you'll see we have lots of different articles on how to do various things within the system. So you can see here, they often have a video and a description, and usually like an animated GIF like you see here, which just takes you through that feature. So if it's feature related, I would suggest checking that out. There's also a search feature you can use. If, on the other hand, something unexpected is happening, there could be an outage with one of the third-party providers that our software relies on. So from time to time, these providers will go down, and usually there are teams of developers quickly working to resolve the problem. So if, for example, you're having some issues with image rendering, or there's some sort of thing happening which is preventing you from seeing reports, for example, then I would suggest checking out our service status page, which is this one here. If the icon has changed color, if it looks like there's a problem, you'll see it immediately from the dashboard. So you can actually click through to see the statuses of those individual services. You can see here it's saying all systems operational, so we know there's no issues. So if you're still having issues, or you need some template changes or layout changes, for example, then you can get in touch with support using this button here. Let me show you how it works. Well, this is going to load up my support dashboard. Because I'm logged in as me, this is going to show any support tickets that I've raised personally. When you log in, you'll start with a blank screen. You can submit a new support ticket by pressing this button here. Now simply fill in this form. As soon as you press save, your request will go straight to our support team and they can start working on it. When the support team responds, you'll be sent an email and you can follow along with what's happening. But the first thing you need to do is to fill in this form. First of all, you want to select the category. Is it a regular support issue? For example, an issue with the program not working as expected? Or is it some template support? For example, do you need some changes to one of your report templates? Next, pop in a message. Try to be as descriptive as possible. So if it's an issue, for example, you want to make sure you're describing who it's affecting, the jobs it's affecting, the reports it's affecting, and so on, if applicable. If it's a training requirement, please be as detailed as possible about exactly what you're stuck with. Finally, if you need some changes, it's often a really good idea to include an attachment. For example, if you want us to customize one of your reports and you've got an existing report, we'd love to see what that looks like, and you can explain exactly what it is you want to copy over. So you can actually add the attachment by browsing to the file here, and this will be attached to your support request. Finally, just confirm you're not a robot, that you're a human being by ticking this box, and then create the ticket. Your requests will then have gone to our support team, who will look at it in due course. So it's part of their queue now, and they will respond as soon as possible. If you're in another country, for example New Zealand, then there may be some delays with the time difference, so just be aware of that. We don't offer 24-hour support, so you will have to wait until our support team picks up the support ticket in the morning. Now, the other two ways you can get in touch with us are either to give us a call. You can go on our website and scroll to the very bottom to see the phone number. So if you scroll down here, you'll see our contact number listed here. When you ring, there'll be several options. Option 1 will take you through to our support team, and you can speak to a human being and explain your problem. Now finally, the other way you can get in touch with our support team is to send an email. So if you send an email to support@flowmobile.app, that will go through to our support team in the same way as when you create a support ticket from the dashboard. It doesn't matter which method you use to make a support request. All of them will go into your support dashboard eventually, and we will be able to keep track of things from there. One thing I just want to mention is try not to chain different requests on the same query. So if you've asked for one thing, try not to respond and ask for something completely different on that same chain. Try to start a new thread by either emailing support separately or creating a new support ticket from the dashboard. That just makes it a lot easier for our support team to manage your requests and make sure nothing gets lost.